Hello and welcome to my podcast. This is Soul Enlightened. I am Naomi and I am so happy to have you guys here today. And today I wanted to focus on this mindset that I've been cultivating in my life. And I really hope it's a mindset that can help you cultivate good in your life as well. And that mindset has been trusting that everything is happening just as it should. Now, while I haven't had an easy life and there's been a lot of misfortunate things that have happened to me, as the adult I am now, I no longer blame others for what has happened to me. Though in the beginning, I truly thought the universe hated me. I truly thought that I was always going to be alone, that I was going to die feeling miserable and hating life. And then as I got older, I started to realize that things were slowly changing and shifting. And I went from living a very uncomfortable experience to living a life that I felt truly proud of. And it wasn't just because I got older. It was because I was tired of living that way. I was tired of being miserable. I was tired of being unsatisfied. I was tired of reliving traumas over and over and over. I was tired of looking for people that would validate those traumas. And it was that feeling of being tired that really pushed me to where I am today. And I heard this previously, and I thought it was a joke at first, but it was that to change anything in your life, to better anything in your life, you have to be tired of the way things have been. You have to be tired of the mindsets you have been holding. You just have to be tired entirely. And that is when you really move on to this, I don't want to say better version of you because you're doing your best right now, but a healthier version of you. And that can be healthier in body, healthier in mind, healthier in spirit, healthier in your emotions. Whatever it could possibly be, that healthiness that oftentimes we chase can just be yours because you're tired of not having that. And I feel for me, the moment I started getting tired was after I chose to have courage. I was 21 years old and I hated my body, I hated my life. And I asked a roommate who was 27, I asked her, when will I start to feel good in my body? And she said that it would happen after I was 21, so I would have to wait a while. And that eventually I would just feel good in my body. And something didn't sit right with me with that. Because I was like, just like that, I'll just suddenly feel better in my body? I don't think so. So I did something that my mom had told me when she was going to therapy. And that was that she smiled at herself in the mirror every single day. Now, when I was 21 years old, I was depressed. I was a people pleaser. I had severe untreated PTSD or CPTSD, which just means complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And complex meaning that you just have experienced multiple forms of trauma or multiple occurrences of trauma. And I was dealing with that completely untreated and just hating life, really. So I started with something small. I smiled in the mirror. Now, I didn't know the impact this was going to have on my life. I don't think any of us really know how something small we do or something small we choose to change in our routine can have an impact on our lives. And this was one of those things. I had no idea how this was going to impact my life. But I started small. I smiled in the mirror. And when that started to feel better, which took some months, did not happen overnight. When that started to feel better, I then moved up to saying I love myself. And I would cringe whenever I would say that. I would be like, ew, I love myself? Why am I so conceited? Why do I love myself? Which in retrospect, why not? Why not love myself? I have this beautiful body, this beautiful temple, and it's mine. It's mine and mine alone, and why shouldn't I feel good in it? Now, back then, however, I thought I was conceited, and I thought that I was selfish for wanting to love myself. But I kept on going because I knew an older version of me would be so glad that I did not give up, would be so glad that I had started down that path. And I am proud of myself. I am so much more happier because of that one step of just smiling in the mirror. Now, a younger version of me didn't know that. And while smiling became saying I love myself, which became listening to affirmations, which became watching what I eat, which became watching the people I surrounded myself with, which became so many more other things that bettered my life, bettered my soul, bettered my body, bettered my mind, bettered my emotions, and just led me to live a life that I truly feel happy living. And it all started from that one little thing. And that all ties back to the idea that everything is happening just as it should. I did not know that the universe had it in order, that my mom would tell me what she heard in therapy, and that would help me immensely in my overall mental health, and my physical, and my emotional, and my spiritual. I didn't know that one thing my mom told me would lead me down a path where I would be happy. None of this I knew. And even back then, I didn't trust in the universe. I trusted in my own ability to make things happen. Only for me to later realize that what I was doing was co-creating. I was creating a life that I would be proud of. And the universe was right there with me, already knowing where I was going, already knowing that I was on the right path, already knowing that I was going to end up exactly where I had hoped to be. Even if it would take 5 years to get there. So while sometimes we experience a harsh reality, a harsh experience, the small things do matter. Sometimes, all the time, the small things you tell people that you brushed off your shoulder can change the course of their life. My mom didn't know how that one sentence would change my life. But she shared that info. She helped me break generations of self-hate. And she didn't even know it. So as you go about your day, you tell somebody that you see them, that you're proud of them, that you love their hair, you love their clothes, or you're hanging out with a friend and you tell them that they're doing everything just fine. that they should be proud of themselves. That every step they take right now, an older version of them is going to be so proud of them. While you may see it as fleeting, for that person, it can change their lives. We are all connected, and we are all capable of making a change. We all think that the world is beyond repair. But in actuality, if we stop focusing on the big problems and focused on changing one person's life at a time, with sometimes just a kind gesture, we can make this world a better place. Because oftentimes, the smallest things have the biggest impact. And for those listening, I am proud of you. Keep on going, keep on shining, keep on being yourself unapologetically. Always be authentically you, because that's exactly what the world needs. I love you all and have an amazing day. Thank you for listening.